Looks like we got some Twitter drama this morning between Neontaster and Michael Tracey. Pretty much this whole tit for stat started about like who's like on the worst list of Twitter, and Michael Tracey put him up there. And then he revealed his real name. And all the conservatives were like, oh snap, not cool, dude. Street person does that. News that. Yeah, pretty much like, I mean, Michael Tracey, like, he's a guy I agree with a lot. He's a anti-war Tulsi supporter. But the Iran strike is really, like, just caused something to his brain, and he's just lost it. He just lost it. But I still agree with him a lot on a lot of issues. But what he did right here, Neontaster, is not good, not a good look, bro. Because he was basically tweeting under anonymity. You know what I'm saying? Most of NeonCon stuff isn't really strongly political. It's mostly anti-SJW. I mean, mostly anti-SJW stuff. I mean, you would kind of know, like, if you read his feed, like, he's a neocon. You know what I'm saying? Like the Ben Shapiro dad joke. You can tell like there's some neocon undertones in there, but the majority of his stuff, it's really just anti-SJW. You know what I'm saying? Video game stuff, focused on pop culture, and he has his own Twitch stream where you can see his face. See, that's Neontaster. You can publicly see his face. Well, what Michael Tracey did was basically put everything on blast, like his full name, like where he works, like his uncle. That's doxing, bro. You basically putting him out in the public just because you don't agree with his political views. That's not cool. That's like, I mean, I can understand where he's coming from because neocons advocate for a destructive foreign policy. I mean, to me, like, neocons are, I mean, they're as bad as the alt-right, really. I mean, seriously, they advocate for death and destruction for an imperialistic agenda. That's what they are. They're imperialists. They want to build a global empire and don't really care who gets in their way. I kind of see where he's coming from, but it's not cool to like just out somebody out that in public. Especially considering like he's not a public figure, you know what I'm saying? He's basically like a anti-SJW sort of right-wingish guy. I mean, just a conservative, really. But the hilarious thing is, just because he put out like his fan, you know what I'm saying? Like he put out like he's part of a prominent neocon family. The conservatives are saying, "Oh my God, you must be an anti-Semite." Da 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 da. Oh yeah. Just say that. Yeah, I mean, just look at what neocon said about Michael Tracey after he outed like he was the nephew of a prominent neocon. Just say Jews, dude. I mean, conservatives say they hate identity politics, but they use identity politics too, especially when it comes towards Israel. You know what I'm saying? If you call out Israel, they'll say like, "Oh, you're anti-Semite." No. You can be critical of Israel without being anti-Semitic. There's a nuanced difference, you know what I'm saying? Because what Israel's doing against the Palestinians is quite messed up. Seriously, there's a power imbalance there. Yeah, Palestinians commit terrorism. I mean, Hamas commits terrorism, but Israel is illegally having settlements on Palestinian land, you know what I'm saying? So it's a nuanced situation. But if you call that out, they'll call you anti-Semitic, like right here. Just say Jews, dude. I mean, it's hypocrisy. I mean, it's all hypocrisy. Like, conservatives be all against identity politics. Like Ben Shapiro, like, "Oh yeah, I'm against identity politics." But as soon as you say something Israel or neocons, like, "Oh, you're anti-Semitic." Seriously, I mean, are the Bushes Jews? Or the Cheney's Jews? Or the McCain's Jews? Those are three prominent neocon families right there, and no, they're not. It's an ideology. And the ideology is what Michael Tracey dislikes. But he did with a bit Antifa there, and that's not really cool for the anti-war cause. I mean, because Michael Tracey, I mean, he was one of the most reasonable liberals out there on social media. I mean, like, the guy's takes were so reasonable that he was invited on Tucker Carlson's show. Yeah, he was invited on Tucker Carlson's show to talk about Russiagate because he just spit real shit. But there is some embarrassing things about Michael Tracey. Like, Richard Spencer has said Michael Tracey was his favorite person on Twitter. That white supremacist, he always retweets Michael Tracey. I mean, I follow Richard Spencer just to see what kind of garbage he's spewing. So, yeah, he loves Michael Tracey. Because he's always saying some strong anti-imperialist, anti-war shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Richard Spencer has a thing against Jews. Like, yeah, against Israel and Jews. Yeah, he is anti-Semitic. He doesn't think it's Israel and the Jewish people. Like, yeah, the Zionists. You know what I'm saying? Like, Zionists. That is a bit of an anti-Semitic dog whistle, to be real with you. Zionists, yeah. I don't know. It's so complicated. But yeah, another embarrassing thing is he said he was pushed by Maxine Waters. It's like,
murdered by people who are Obama haters. Do you think?
Come on, bro. That wasn't much of a push, man. that was a bad look right there, Michael. He said he was pushed. That was like a little shove, like a little push. Like, yeah, come on, Mike. You shouldn't have said you was should, man. You made that look a lot worse than what it is, bro. But man, it was an interesting little social media beef. Michael Tracey is like really going in against neocons ever since the Iran strike. Man, that was some nice Twitter fun, but yeah, it's not really cool to like dox people like that, especially when they're just doing it under anonymity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that would be like exposing, you know what I'm saying, like exposing like a whistleblower that disagrees with what you're saying. I mean, that'll like out their safety, like just lead to people attacking them and all that. Yeah, but anyways, follow me on Twitter, JohnClem310. Please subscribe to my channel. I mean, if you want to take a look at liberty from a black perspective in California. All right, peace out.